Hey everybody, what's going on? Today I have for you guys something really cool. It's just 10 different things you may not have known in Minecraft, and a lot of them, personally, I think are awesome. So here are some of the things you may know, you may not know, but I hope by the end of this video you'll learn at least one thing. So the first thing, test number 1, is right here. What it basically is that these squares from the staircases don't allow light to pass through, but they allow vision to pass through. So I can see there, but light will not pass through it, and I'll show you what I mean. So right there, you can blatantly see that sign. It says, read me. Alrighty, no problem there. But what you do is when you seal it off, ready for this? And you come around the other side, you can still read it, but it's extremely difficult. Where is it? Right... I can't even find it. Yeah, right there apparently is where the sign is. It's a lot more difficult to see. And the only reason there is any light at all is because I have my vision up to bright. Without that update that they had, it would be completely black or pitch dark for the most part. So what you do is, the reason why this is good, seal that off, and it allows for like a one-way vision type thing, like how a one-way mirror works. It works the exact same way. So I'm in here, I can see out, but for people to see me in there, it's extremely difficult, especially if you have the right skin on. So that's always a cool thing to do with that. So that's number 1. Number 2 we have is over here with boats and minecarts. This is a tiny bit more well-known, but still kind of not that well-known at all. If you overcharge a bow, you can destroy either of them and pick them up. The boat will get completely destroyed. The minecart, because you can't like completely destroy a minecart, will just turn out as it was before. So that's kind of a cool way to pick those things up. Test number 3 is that soul sand you walk slower on when there's ice underneath it. Now this, I'm not sure what it is. I think it has to do with the fact that soul sand is a smaller block. I don't know if you guys knew that, but soul sand technically in coding, even though it's hard to tell, is a tiny bit smaller than like other blocks. They might have fixed that, they might not have, but I think that has to do with why. Yeah, see how I sink down? You ready? See how, like, that's why in coding it's technically a little bit smaller. Wait, there you go, that was a little more blatant right there. So, for whatever reason, that affects the way the ice works on it. So now, ready, this is normal slow sand. So, or soul sand, sorry. So you still move kind of quick, nowhere near as quick as before. But now with ice on it, watch this, you ready? This is full speed right here. I can try and sprint, that's sprinting. Not even kidding you. And this is normal. So you can see, I did the math for it and just like did a little bit of timing. It's just about a 25% speed when you do it with the ice, as opposed to about, I don't know, like a 50% with the other soul sand. So really, it makes a big difference. Number 4 is something that I don't think many people know at all, actually. What you do is you put ice on the ground, and then you put a trapdoor on top. And what you do is you jump on top of it like this, and normally you just slide across. It takes the same effect as ice. Okay, cool, but that's not what I'm trying to show you. This is how you can run at about 250% speed. So you sprint, and then while you do this, you tap the spacebar as quick as you can, and the quicker you tap it, the further you will go. So that was pretty far, you saw, and that was not from flying. You could blatantly see it was because I was jumping. So if you don't do it in creative mode, it'll be more obvious, but you ready? Just even tapping it a little bit to make sure that I don't go into creative mode accidentally. You can kind of see the difference right there. You move at about 200% speed, up to 300%, depending on how fast you actually tap that button. So really cool. Number 5 is more well-known. This is probably the most well-known out of all of them, is that if you use the ladders, your ladders will actually work as a block. So it doesn't look like there's anything here, but you're able to make an underwater base, basically, like this, as you can tell. So that always works out pretty cool, and it's also good for mobs. If you make that about 2 to 3 thick by lowering where the ladders are and digging down further, mobs, for some reason, can't sink down in there. They'll just keep bobbing up and down the water, and it works as like a mob-safe base that you can create. Number 6 is really cool. This one is that if you have platforms on the ground, they work the same way as a normal block in blocking the current, like a flow of like lava or water. So if you set it up correctly, you can have something like this, which looks like a really awesome fireplace. Or you could also do it over here, which kind of, in a weird way, like a water place, if that makes sense. Either way, they're more so for aesthetic appeal, but I still think that's pretty cool how they count the platforms right there as actual blocks. That's always a really cool thing. Now, number 7 is a really weird thing that I discovered on my own, is you come over here behind the ice, and water turns invisible behind ice. It even works through 2 layers of ice, and another cool thing is that ice is invisible to other pieces of ice. So what you can do with this is you can have some kind of like a secret waterfall behind there no one would even know about. See how that's just to get it cut in half. So you see on the right hand of it, you can see it. On the left hand, you can't where the ice is blocking it. And over here, a cool thing you can do is make an ice maze, because you would never be able to know how long. If I come right here, I don't know if there's any blocks behind it that are ice. I don't know if it goes all the way back to that mountain over there. You just don't know, which is cool. Now, ice over here, hold on, let me just pull out a block real quick. Ice over here with lava looks like it doesn't do anything, right? Okay, but if you place the ice within the vicinity that it can melt, which is 1 block away, the lava all of a sudden turns invisible. which unfortunately it's cool for a second or two, but the only bad part is that it will disappear like that and turn into a water block. So you don't want that usually, but it's just a cool little Easter egg type thing you can do. And there are cool things you can do with this. If you get a sticky piston, you could perhaps make it so the lava flow is invisible at first by having, like, say you put it here, sticky piston pushes it forward so it's out of the line of sight so that it can't be burned, and the sticky piston pulls it back when it's too late, so people won't be able to see it unless they hit like a lever or something like that. Just a cool thing you can do. Now, cool update number 8, or cool like little thing number 8, is if you're into redstone currents, you might want to know this. Take a look at this. The redstone goes underneath the block there, as well as underneath the block there. Now, the weird part is, redstone doesn't go through full blocks like this, which is understandable, but it goes through slabs for some reason. I don't know why, and it's just kind of a cool thing you can do. So say you're building a stone pathway or whatever and want to make like a full one here, and at the same time have some kind of redstone pathway going underneath it, be my guest, you can do that exact thing. But if you do it with a full block, it's not going to work. So keep that in mind if you're into redstone building. Now, number 9 is a really cool one right here, if you're into redstone currents and things like that. This is the same type of technology, I guess you could say, that the Temple of Notch map works on. I'm almost positive at least. And it also works for a lot of other cool maps you may have seen, or just cool redstone creations. And now the way it works is, for whatever reason, redstone current will actually change the way water current goes as well if created correctly. So you have a thing set up like this, where you have one hole deep right there, and then you have the rest of the scenario exactly as I show it. And then, right as you place the water, then wait a couple seconds, like literally, you have to wait a couple seconds or it'll mess up, then break that block right there, and if you notice, the water doesn't move. But as soon as you turn the redstone current on, bam, all of a sudden the water current changes its direction and starts going in that way. So that's just a really cool thing if you're into that kind of stuff. Personally, I don't like electronics or redstone-like material creations, but it still works fine. Now, this last one is really cool. What basically it is that torches can carry any amount of sand blocks that you want. So you can carry up to 2, all the way up to, that's about 8 right there, and it can keep going on and on forever. The two setups that work for this are having a torch directly underneath it like that, or on the wall directly underneath it like that. And the cool part about this is, one, you can either manually hit it, which is always acceptable, you know what I mean, if that's what you want to do, but most people like using it for a trap. You could either have a redstone trap, such as this current one set up like this, or you could also just do a drop trap, where you just drop the water and does the rest for you. But the way it works is if you drop the water here, take out the torches, and bam, it'll collapse and crush any enemy you can. You can also build these so that obviously there's a deeper pit, and that people would be unsuspecting, like if it's built underneath sand like this. So those are all the cool 10 different things you can do in Minecraft. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned at least one thing here. If I did, then I guess I got my job done correctly. And if you did also learn something, then please come over and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of cool stuff like this on Minecraft, a lot of Minecraft showcases, which is basically where I show off popular multiplayer maps on planetminecraft.com, as well as other things that you guys give to me. And yeah, we have a lot of fun with Minecraft games like that and other cool games. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.